There you go. So come to your mat. Let's start off today with breathing together. So let's sit down. Let's breath work. So a little opportunity to settle, to let everything just kind of drift away. Either you can pick it up and put it somewhere else if it's something that you're dealing with that's big, or if you've got lots and lots and lots of stuff going on and just letting it drift. So find your sit bones. Sometimes you have to try harder than other times to find your sit bones. It's all okay. And then from your sit bones, so tall, but tall in a strong, not stiff. Lifted, not rigid. So it takes practice. So I'm sure you are getting there, like me. I'm making my way there. And slowly with each practice, think about the crown of your head and think about that part of your body lifting up, and then everything else gently follows. And then you come back down with your attention, but keeping the lift, keeping the physical lift. Bring your attention down and see if you are clenching anything. So if you've got too much tension in your jaw or your neck or your shoulders, you keep the length and just ease off a little and relax. Keep your sternum slightly lifted. And what that does is give you that lovely length in the front of your body, and it helps give you length in the sides of your body as well. Watch you're not leaning backwards, so the arms beautifully relaxed, either just in your lap or on your knees. And it's probably better to have your palms facing upwards when you sit like this, because sometimes if your palms are facing downwards, you can find that you are just clenching your hands or your forearms or your arms and shoulders. Body likes to go into clench mode. We've got to give our attention to everywhere to make sure that we're not clenched in the yoga. So close your eyes and let's breathe together. In through the nostrils and out through your mouth. So let's make it a bit more of a performance, if you like. Blow out as if you're blowing slowly on. I don't know, trying to just gently get some dust off an old book or something. But you don't want to put them back in the face. And do nostrils. Just through nostrils. And relax your shoulders as you breathe out. Let your belly expand and relax as you breathe in. Soften the belly, soften the shoulders. Keep that breath going. Trying to make your in-breath quite deep, so you can get right down, feeling that you're filling up all of your left lung, your right lung, filling up in your torso. As you expand your lungs, everything else has to move too. And look at the diaphragm as you work out. Super important to keep the diaphragm toned and working well. And we do that by taking lots of conscious, deep, slow breaths. As you breathe out, as slow as you can, as steady as you can. So if you are imagining blowing a feather across the table in front of you, feather to move steadily away, slowly, millimeter by millimeter, gliding away. Let's take 2 more breaths together. Release that length in your spine. We're going to be doing some work on the spines today. Lovely spinal practice. Super important if you haven't been doing lots of movement, and super important if you have been doing lots of movement. press both eyes. And then gently open your eyes. Let's balance the breath now. So Nadi Shodhana, balancing the left and the right side of the body. Bring out your dominant hands and right, fold in your first two fingers. Good ring finger if you want to behave. And then we're just using the ring finger against your left nostril. Thumb gently against the right nostril. Now, try not to move your nose when you press. And then you'll know that you're being gentle enough. You don't take much pressure here to block off the head. You don't have to be moving the septum. We're going to start with the ring finger press just gently against the left side, so we're closing up the left nasal passage. We're only going to be breathing in and out through the nostrils here. So just gently close your mouth. In. And we switch over, block the right nostril to breathe out the left nostril. Stay this side, breathe in. Switch gently to breathe out. Say inhale. Switch, exhale. Say inhale. Switch, exhale. Say inhale. Switch to exhale. Say inhale. Switch to exhale. Notice you're still sitting up nice and tall. Switch to exhale. Switch, exhale. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Inhale. Having your hands again, shoulders, stone, crown of your head, close your mouth, breathe in and out slowly, just through the nostrils. And remember what it felt like before you did your Nadi Shodhana practice. Does it feel any different? Actually, it's over to notice. So next time, notice before you do the practice and after. Sometimes it's harder than others, sometimes you've got nose, cold. It's a wonderful way of getting both sides of the body open up and ready for the back. So with that, let's start. Let's just warm up the neck a little because we're going to do some work on the back. Take your chin to your chest. Cup your hands together, so clasp your fingers together, chin to chest, and push your hands away from you, just by your feet. So we're stretching, chin down towards the chest, lengthen the back of the neck, and at the same time, we're very gently also pushing the arms away and broadening across the top of the back, just above your shoulder blades. And you might be able to feel that on the sides of your neck. Oh, just noticing where you feel the stretch. And then release with your hands. Bring your head up to neutral and take the chin all the way up to the ceiling. So keep going, chin up to the ceiling, let the back of your head come to rest on the back of your neck, on the top of your back, and jut your chin out. And great stretch all the way down into your throat. If you can lift, so you feel that you're lifting up the base of your throat. Dip there, flattening it out. And release. Come back to neutral. Take your hands behind you, and again, clasp your hands together. And then let's push the hands away. So we're stretching out now, right across the top of the front of the chest. Bring your shoulder blades together, so pinch them together as tightly as you can. Say hello to each other, and then we're going to take the head back up again. So just be steady here, slow. Chin moving up. Now, if you try to jut your chin up to the ceiling, you might find it much harder. So just go very gently and easily. A huge amount of stretch going on in the front of the neck and front of the chin. Very gently. Do what works. And release your hands and head back to neutral. Amazing how that intensifies the stretch across the back and across the top of your neck and your throat area. A really good one to do if you have been sitting at your desk all day, or even before you start your sitting at your desk. So let's go right ear to right shoulder. Side of the neck. You stretch. So dropping that left shoulder down. Taking your right ear down towards your right shoulder. See how far down you can feel that stretch. Sometimes you can feel it all the way down, right into the top of your chest there. And same in the back. Relax your face. Relax your glutes and your thighs. And gently pulling the belly in towards the spine. And come back. Slowly come back to neutral. Tension off and straight over to the other side. So we've done our peaceful vital activities already and lined up and balanced before our practice. And warming up the neck here. And for our spinal practice. And don't worry, we'll also be working everything else because we're completely connected. So to the crowns of our heads. And now maybe is a good time to set your intention for your practice today. It's your practice. What do you want to get out of it for yourself? Why are you here? Why have you made all this wonderful effort for yourself here? And then give a credit to yourself for doing that. And your acknowledgement. And then your intention. You come here, what is it that you need for yourself? Okay, up lovely and tall. Let's round the shoulders forward, down. We're drawing circles with the shoulders. Down and round, up and back. Go any way that works, whichever way you're drawn to go first, and then let's reverse. You might have a crunchy shoulder there. The shoulders rolled up. So we're using them. A little bit of a twist, right hand to right knee, left hand behind, lifting and twisting at the same time. And of course, turn your head as far around as you possibly can. And then back to center. Right over to the other side. Get to breathe. And all the way back. Right, bring yourself to hands and knees, tabletop position. We're coming into a Chakrabhakasana, cat cow. So starting off our practice with a wonderful spine workout. So in nice and neutral, you're going to sink your belly down towards the mat, lift your head, lift your hips. So I'm sure you've done this 100 times before. When you get to the furthest most point of this movement, when you're in your cow, which is what we're doing right now, think about twisting, or not twisting, but turning, I think is a better word, your sit bones up towards the ceiling. And press down into the tops of your feet. See how that changes the feeling there? Pressing down gently with the tops of your feet, pushing yourself away with the palms of your hands as well. So you lift your shoulders that little bit more. Send your chest forward here and your belly down. Bring the back of your head towards the top of the back. So a lot, echoing a lot of the movements we just did to warm up. So we're holding here. In the most extreme point, I want you to really feel what that feels like for you in your body today. And then when we get to the ultimate end of each of these two asanas that are put together, you'll know what that feels like. And we're going to release now. Release off slowly to be held for a little while. Nice slow movement. And go past neutral. Check on your hands. Are they level? Are they in line with each other as you start to raise your mid-back, your shoulder blades up towards the ceiling? At the same time, conscious of the tops of your feet and your thighs being slightly engaged, bringing your hips forward. So squeezing your glutes here, rounding in your lower back, bringing your head down, chin to chest. Might make you feel a bit dizzy, might make you feel a bit zingy in the back of the head. If it does, ease off. Anytime your body feels uncomfortable, it's sending you messages. You need to listen and make a judgment about whether you ease off, whether you keep going, or whether you move forward. So we are holding in our cat, which is what that feels like, putting your belly button up towards your spine and release. Woo! Have you warmed up? Okay, so we're going to complete that lovely sequence all in one. We're not going to hold for as long as that. Again, we can go much faster because we're going to use the breath. So we're going to be breathing in as we take the belly down, breathing out as we take the shoulders up. Think of yourself as when you're doing your breath work, is usually when you are moving into a place where you're hollowing the chest, that you will be breathing out. Okay, that helps you remember. And if you lose track, don't worry, just take long, slow, deep, even breaths in and out. Okay, enough talking, let's move. So let's go into our cow, belly to the mat. Out, into cat. In, cow. And breathing. Now go at your own pace with your own breath. So let your breath guide you. When you need to breathe in, start moving into cow. When you feel you need to breathe out, let that breath take you into the second half. You get to lengthen the arms when you're in the cat. Taking your shoulders up towards the ceiling. Well done. Look, it's really difficult to get the sequence absolutely beautiful. Suited to your body, to your breath. It takes time and practice. So well done. Think about the beautiful movements you're making, each vertebra. Think about moving everything along the spine, especially as we've been lying down, sitting still. Getting everything going. Last one, last round. Really enjoy the luxuriate and end points of this asana sequence. Bring your toes together, send yourself back into Balasana. Stretch your arms forward. Now let's give those underarms a nice stretch. So torso to your thighs, forehead to your neck. Really open up under the arms, stretch your arms up. There's a lovely stretch you can do if you've been sitting and typing, sitting and worrying, or holding tension in your back. And go up towards the wall. Lift your hands up above your head. Imagine that your mat right now is a wall. And you're standing in front of it. You lift your hands up as we've got them now. Press them against the wall. And then just slide your hands down the wall, moving your hips away from the wall, flat back. You come into a position where you won't move very much, but you really stretch out and down and across the tops of your shoulders. Remind me, I'll demonstrate later. That didn't make any sense. And you're slowly going to draw up to sitting. And let your arms and hands just be dragged across the mat. Come up to sitting in hero pose. Well done. Okay, so we've done that lovely spine flexion. We're going to do a little bit of twisting. So we're going to stack the legs. So you're sitting on your feet, slide to the right, left foot comes to the side, right foot, other way around. Whichever way you've got it, stay where you are. But don't sit on your heel. Make sure that your sit bones are both firmly on the floor or on your mat. Sole of the foot pressing down so that that knee comes up. Sit up tall. We're going to hold on to the knee with the opposite arm and twist out to the side. This is our first twist, or maybe our second twist if you count the little warm-up twist. Don't forget to bring your neck into this as well, moving your eyes around the head, trying to just catch a glimpse of something behind you. Spine long and lifted. Sit bones both on the floor and not holding the back. It's hard to breathe really deeply here. So whatever you can manage. And then let's uncurl, head comes back to center, release. And we're going to switch the legs around. 2 ways to do this, to switch them, or you can bring it all the way around and you end up on the other side. Not very elegant today. What's going on? Here we go. Sit bones on the floor, not having that heel under your bum. Up tall, and opposite arm, opposite knee, twisting out to the side. Remembering eyes, neck, lifting up the crown of the head. Thinking about what's going on in the hips as well. And knee up to the ceiling. And sometimes we're not too flexible in the hips. You can bring your knee on the other side. Bring your foot on the other side of your knee. And then have to cross it over. And back to center. Uncurl, come into Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. We want to be very flexible in the pelvis, flexible in the hips. Hugely important for your spinal health. For everything else to be working as well as it possibly can as well. So just clasping. So do Baddha Konasana however you love to do Baddha Konasana, from bound angle pose. But I suggest holding onto your feet, so cupping your hands around and pulling them towards you so you can then use that to press your knees out and down to the sides. You're doing lots of sitting. You really need to do this every single day if you can. doesn't have to be for very long. Maybe just, first 5 minutes of watching something in the evening, if that's what you're doing. So we're squeezing with the thighs here, not just sitting, pressing those knees out and down. You need to be feeling a little bit of a wobble, maybe, or a tremble in the muscles of your glutes here, squeezing, 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 lifting your pelvic floor at the same time. And breathing, so much going on. And release. One bum now. Okay, we're going to release and we're going to come up to standing. So feet together, hands to the floor, come up into a squat, or come up into a squat, however works for you. So a little bit of a wide leg squat. We're going to come to Malasana or garland pose. Taking your knees out to the sides, bringing your body down between your knees, between your thighs, reaching forward. And then letting your arms come out to the sides as if you're doing breaststroke. So swim out to the sides with your arms, bring them around, wrap them around your legs. If you can, you're just tucking your hands gently in between your torso and your thighs on each side. If not, just hold on or put your arms out to the side. Head is down and lowered. Let the weight of your head stretch out your spine. And then bring the hands forward. Bring yourself up to standing in an easy forward bend. The head, shoulders down, sit bones tilted up. Gentle stretch through the back of the legs. So back of the leg stretch can be quite intense if we haven't done one yet. What you can do if you like is bend your knees, bring your torso to your thighs. Hold there for a moment till you feel comfortable and relaxed. Letting your shoulders be soft, letting your neck be long, and letting the weight of your head just stretch everything out. Let your head hang, so the crown of your head is pointing down towards the ground. And then you can start to straighten your legs, but keeping that connection with your torso and your thighs. So don't let any air poke in here. And start to straighten. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Feel where you have any tension or obstruction in the backs of your legs. Is it in your calves? Is it in the backs of your knees? Do you feel it in your hamstrings? Where are you feeling? Is it all the way down the legs? That's what I've got. They feel stiff all the way from top to bottom. And then release. By release, I mean let your torso come away. Focus on letting your face and head be utterly relaxed. Let the weight of your head and gravity do whatever it needs to do with your spine, and just notice any sensations in your back, in your spine, hanging here in Uttanasana. Easy forward bend. We're going to roll up now, but nice and slow. We've been forward in this inversion for a little while. Slow to come up. Now, if you're ever in an inversion and it starts to feel a little bit uncomfortable or you're dizzy, come out, come into Balasana, come out, come to sitting, do what you feel drawn to do, what you need to do. The body will let you know what you need to do. But don't stay in a forward bend if you're feeling it. Is that for a while? Come up standing, feet a little apart, so give yourself a bit of space. Take your shoulders wide. And let's come into Tadasana, mountain pose. So mountain pose, super strong. Everything is engaged, everything is clenched, if you like. Very strong in Tadasana. And then we're going to come into Ardha Chandrasana, which is a half knee. I'll stand sideways so it's easier. Ardha Chandrasana, we have the feet a little closer together. We're going to take the arms up, have the hands together. We're going to come into the middle back bend. So we'll do that together. So inhale, the arms up. Just parallel. You can bring your hands together if you wish, or you can just have them parallel. And we want to send the sternum up and the head back. And then inhale, come back up. Stay up with the arms, I think, and then let's exhale. Come back into Ardha Chandrasana. Now, center, exhale. And slow time, inhale, and all the way down the arms. Okay, so in Ardha Chandrasana, think about where you are getting your bend. Are you just bending in the lower back? Are you bending in the mid back? Or are you getting all of your bend in your upper back? And you'll have parts of your back that are stronger than others, and they'll always take over. What we want to do is try and wake up the whole of your back. So we've already warmed up because we did that in Chakramakasana. Be very conscious about where your movement is coming from, and if you have all your movement in one particular area, your lower back or your upper back, try and work out how you can get the other bits of your back to join in and take all the stress off that one area. So inhale all the way up. If you feel like you're stretching through the whole of your back, well, then just that would probably make no sense whatsoever. Ease off when you need to. We'll do this 3 times. Back. Two and number 3. And all the way down. Let's come into downward facing dog. I'll let you into a little secret. Back bends are my least favorite thing in yoga, which probably means I need to do them more. I find them a little unsatisfying, I think, because there's not much movement. Must practice more. Sit bones heading up towards the ceiling and lengthening to the back of the legs. We've already given them a lovely stretch, so they should be much more comfortable. Lengthen your back and your neck, your arms. So lifting away from your hands. Let's take the hips over to the side. So off to the left, feet still flat to the floor if possible, or heels moving down towards the floor. Hips to the right. Notice that stretch in the side of your body. Let's come back to the left again. So it looks like we're trying to do downward dog in a very windy day. Off to the right again. And we're getting blown around. Your hands very firmly stuck to the mat. And to come back to neutral. And let's lengthen through the backs of the legs. Again, sit bones up towards the ceiling. Shoulders wide. Head and neck completely relaxed. So imagine that you're still in Uttanasana. Head and neck, nothing to do, just hanging around here. Take your hands flat to the floor, fingertips pressing down into the floor as well, and lift away from your wrists. So send your sit bones dragging away from your wrists. That will give you that lovely length all the way from your wrists to your sit bones. And then come up onto your toes, tiptoes, tip of toes. High as you possibly can. Pull on your toes. And then we're going to take the knees down to the mat, but not touching. So just bringing your knees towards the mat. Bring yourself into a tabletop position now. So your shoulders are above your wrists. Knees hovering, just above the mat. Stay strong here. Think that lengthening to the sides of your body. Holding. And we're going to come from here back up into a downward facing dog. Send your hips back up again. Heels down towards the mat. Bring yourself into a plank. So you might have to slide your feet away a little. Bring yourself into a nice long plank. And we're going to come down to the mat, knees, chest, and chin. So knees to the mat, touching the mat this time. Bend your elbows. Bring your chest down. Bring your chin down. Bum still up in the air. And then bring your bottom down and swoop forward. Okay, find yourself somewhere in the middle of your mat. Stretch your arms forward. A long stretch. Make yourself as long as you can. The fingertips stretching forward, toes reaching out behind. Bring your forehead to rest on your mat. Notice any sensations in your back here as you stretch out. Now we're going to come into a nice sphinx to start with. So look up, look towards your hands. Bring your elbows back. So imagine your sphinx. Elbows on the floor, forearms on the floor, hands on the floor as well. Pressing your hips into the mat. Lifting your shoulders back, gazing forward, and then dragging your elbows. Okay, so dragging your elbows, I want you to feel like you're dragging your elbows back towards your hips. But they don't really move on the mat. Keep them stuck to the mat. What that will do is allow you to press your chest forward and get a little bit more movement in the spine. Keep pressing your hips into the mat. Tops of your feet into the mat. So arms completely engaged here. You might start to get a little bit of a wobble in those muscles. Good, that's what we want. And feel as if we are desperately trying to push our heart center forward while still being pretty much stuck to the mat. And forearms and hips. And release. Exhausting if you're doing it right. And it looks like absolutely nothing at all. So now we're in Makara, crocodile, a lovely, lovely crocodile. Forearms stacked, one on top of the other. And your forehead resting on your forearms, that lovely pillow. Let your neck relax. Let your hips relax. And especially the whole of your back and your spine. We're going to come into our bow pose now, Dhanurasana. Dhanurasana is a lovely back bend, nice and easy. You can go one side and then the other, or you can do both at the same time. Now this will probably take you back to gymnastics class at school when you were about 4 or 5. So reach back and find a foot, find the same foot. So left foot, left hand. Don't cross over here. So we are going to be lifting foot up and arching spine. It is much easier if you can reach to do both at the same time. If that isn't going to work for you today, then you're just going to put the right arm straight out in front of you and lift on one side. Okay. So let's lift on one side. Put that leg down. Switch. Find the ankle and lift. Back down. Bring your hands forward. Now, if that worked for you and you'd like to stay with that one, go ahead and do that. Try not to hold your breath while you're in this asana. Small, sharp, easy little breaths. If you are going to do both at the same time, come and join me. So bend your knees, feet, heels to your hips, and gently holding on around the front of your feet. Roll your shoulders so that the shoulder blades come towards each other. Lengthen through the neck. Take a deep breath. And lift. You're lifting the feet. The heart needs to pull the hands back. You get that nice back bend. Bring your shoulders together, stretching up across the front of the body. Keep breathing. If you're doing one side, just switch now. And release. Keep your feet to your bum. Bring yourself into Makara, opposite arm on top. And then release your feet, take them out away from each other. So legs are wide. Forehead is resting on your crocodile pillow. And then we're going to come into one more back bend. Bringing your hands either side of your chest. We're coming into Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. Feet pressing into the tops of your feet pressing into the floor even. Elbows pointing back, shoulder blades together, lifting the head, gazing forward. Squeezing the tops of your feet down into the mat, engaging your thighs, engaging your glutes, bringing your shoulders up and off the mat. Using the muscles in your back now to lift yourself. Not your arms, just the muscles all along the back of your body. Keep your jaw unclenched, take your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Let it just be any space in your mouth. And release, coming back down to the mat. This time, take your right chin, only got one chin, right cheek to the mat, and release your arms down inside of your body. Relax your shoulders. And then we're coming back up into Bhujangasana. So, hands either side of your chest. Gaze forward again, set up everything in the legs, squeezing the tops of your feet into the mat, lifting up even your muscles in your back. If at any point you're tired or an asana doesn't work for you, take yourself into Balasana, which is where we're going to be going. So pressing the hands into the mat now, start to bring the arms in, and now we're just moving into pushing the body into this position rather than using the muscles in your back to lift yourself up. So two different things. This is flexibility and the one before was more strength. Gaze is forward, shoulders are wide and low. There's a real tendency here to take shoulders up towards your ears, trying to keep your neck long and graceful. Squeeze your hips down to the floor. Squeeze your glutes. And well done. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So slowly down. Let's go down millimeter by millimeter. Gently. Be strong in your arms. All the way down. And left cheek to the mat. Release your arms. So the palms of your hands are facing up towards the ceiling. Arms are down beside your body. We need a counter pose. For all that back bending. Lift yourself up, send yourself back, bring yourself into Balasana. Lovely counter pose, bring your forehead to the mat. So gently folding forward, easing off. Bring your hands to the base of your spine. Just clasp your hands together or hold your right hand with your left hand. So you can relax your arm. Keep breathing in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. Always feels a bit awkward to breathe deeply here because you're crushing your chest with your thighs. Breathe into the sides of your body and into your back. And into the top of your chest. And let's sit up together, all the way up. Bring your hands down. Tuck your toes under, downward dog again. Send those hips up. We're not here for very long. Get yourself into a downward dog, and then we're going to send ourselves forward, bringing the hips down towards the mat, but just hanging. That might be a bit interesting in the back, having just done an extreme couple of back bends. This one is a little gentler, but just so different because the weight of your hips comes into play. They're not on the mat. Hips are hanging. Hips are hanging. And then bring those hips up, all the way to downward facing dog again. Send your shoulders down and wide. Relax your head and neck. Heels moving down to the mat. Sit bones up towards the ceiling. Well done. And then we're going to look to the hands and step the right foot forward. So up and back, swing it around, bring it forward, and then come up into a wobbly lunge. Losing issues today. This is not a good top. Right, hips down. Nice low lunge. Hands on your hips to make sure that you've got them level. You haven't got a hip flying up and one dropping down towards the floor. A little bit of a back bend there. Do you feel it? Yes, in the lower back. And you sink a little lower. That back leg is straight and strong. And then bring yourself all the way up. Over to the front. Make sure that your toes are pointing out a little, and we're going to come into Prasarita Padapasana. So hinging up the hips, back straight here. And you're going to strengthen the legs halfway, just halfway. They're like one of those weird tables that you would push up against a wall with legs only on one side. Or maybe I imagine such a thing. The legs are straight and locked here, and then we're going to ease off on the legs, come all the way up to standing, and let's go lunge on the other side. Up. Same thing, make sure that your hips come all the way around so that they're parallel with the narrow end of your mat, and then sink down. Strong legs here, wide shoulders, shoulder blades moving down your back. Lift your chin, lift your heart center so we get that little bit of extra length in the front of the body. Hold, hold, hold. Get that back leg strong. Well done. And then let's come out. Again, over to the center. This time all the way down. Take the crown of your head down towards the mat. Lovely release in the lower back here. Legs are wide. Hands are towards your mat or on your mat. Easy, relaxed arms. Arms. Easy, relaxed. head, neck, and shoulders. A little bit of a bend in your knees here, don't lock your legs. And of course, a lovely stretch on the inner thigh of both legs as you take your sit bones up towards the ceiling. So really send them up if you can. And then we're going to walk the feet in. So keep your hands on the mat. Just walk your feet towards each other. And there we are in our nice, easy forward bend. And we're going to come up into Utkatasana. We'll say we're in Uttanasana. We're going to come into Utkatasana, which is chair or awkward pose. Make sure you have your feet with enough room to put another foot in between them. So however wide your feet are, imagine that you've got an extra foot in between your 2 feet. And then here we go, hands nice and active. Keep your back straight, bend your knees, bring your arms up, come into your chair pose. Uttanasana. Keep your arms parallel, not touching your head, reaching up as you sit back down on that imaginary chair, or maybe we are the chair. And breathe. Breathe, 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 breathe. And then we're going to come all the way up to standing. Take the arms wide, take them behind, bring them round. Well done. Give yourself a hug. So wrap your arms around. Find the opposite shoulder blade. Press your hand flat against your shoulder blade and pull. Release. Bring your hands towards each other behind you. Can you get them closer? And then come around. So opposite arm on top, people remember. If you have any clunks and clicks in your arms and your shoulders, big hug. And release. So let's come down to our mats again. Gently in a very slow squat. So either take your arms above you, which will make it more harder, or just have them clasped together. Or namaste. Very slowly. All the way down. Into a squat. So let's control. Keeping that even. All the way down. So make sure that you have space. Come to sitting on your mat. One more important bend. Paschimottanasana. We're very warmed up for this now. We've done an awful lot of bending. Inhale up with the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Spines have had a lovely little workout here. Different angles. And we're going to roll down to the mat. So keeping your feet where they are, keep your gaze on your feet. So your drishti point is your toes. And you can reach out if you like. And we're going to move slowly down. Nice and slow with control. Try to keep your legs on the mat if you can. And it just came off. And all the way down. Well done. Take your feet onto the mat. Taking your knees up towards the ceiling. The feet are near your hips. A very quick bridge here. Just a counter pose, Paschimottanasana. So second Bandhasana is a very good counter pose for Paschimottanasana. Sending your hips up to the ceiling, squeeze your glutes, lengthen through the front of your body, and then roll down. Bring your knees into your chest, give them a hug, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Arms out to the side, and knees come over to the right side. If they've gone to the left, that's fine. We're just going to do one side and then the other. Take your head in the opposite direction and face in the opposite direction. Lovely spinal twist to finish. Well done. Head back to center first, and then legs skim them across your chest as close as you can. Over to the other side, and then your gaze to the opposite side. Wow, think about all that movement you've created, all that flexibility, the strength, and especially getting things moving, getting things transported around and out as you need to be. Bring your head back to center now. Back in. One last hug. Give them a squeeze, 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 squeeze. Bring your forehead up to your knees. And release. Bring yourself into your Shavasana. Make sure that you're comfortable. What do you need to be a little bit more comfortable here? Find what it is that you need. Do you need to change your position? You need to fiddle your hair. You need to adjust your clothes. Are you warm? Are you cold? Find yourself the most comfortable position that you can so that you can completely relax. And remember that when you're in Shavasana, if you have an itch, if you are distracted by something, just quickly deal with it and come back. Come back to that place. Completely honoring yourself by giving yourself some time, some space. Shavasana is the most important asana in your practice. If you have no time for anything else, always practice your Shavasana. Think about making space around your body. Think about the energetic field flowing around your body. Imagine that it's something that keeps you safe, that keeps you, preserves your boundaries, helps to preserve your internal energy levels. And as you breathe in, with your eyes closed, with your face relaxed, imagine that you're filling up your body with light and warmth and all the colors. And as you breathe out, letting go, making space, releasing. As you breathe in, filling up with light and warmth. As you breathe out, easing a little, sinking a little deeper. Completely relaxing. Relax your feet, relax your legs, relax your hips, relax your belly, relax your chest, relax your arms, relax your neck, relax your throat, relax your face. Relax the whole of your head. Feel that your body is soft, completely at ease, completely at peace. Feel that your mind, body, and soul have spent this precious time in unison together with the same goal. With every breath that you breathe in, taking yourself down into a peaceful, calm, relaxed and contented state. With every out breath, ease. Let go of anything that no longer serves you. And gently bringing yourself now with your eyes closed to rest on your right side. And slowly and peacefully, with your eyes closed, bringing yourself up to sitting. Taking your hands to heart center, pressing your right hand into your left into your right, dropping your head, chin to chest, forehead towards your fingertips. Inhaling deeply, lifting through your body, lengthening through your spine. Exhaling to open your eyes. Inhaling, lift your chin, lift your head, and namaste. Thank you for joining yourself together, mind, body, and spirit, on your mat. And thank you for joining me in your yoga practice today. See you.
Kate, I had a lovely, I enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
Oh, good. Was it all right?
Yeah, I loved it. Really love it.
Good. And you managed